Sally Thompson. I live in Hong Kong, and I am delighted to read this story of extraordinary bravery from 1980 in support of the Royal Humane Society's 250th anniversary. To put 1980 into context, it was the year that saw the launch of cable news network, that's CNN, the murder of John Lennon, and the formulation of the Solidarity Union at Poland's Gdańsk shipyard under Lech Walesa. So, here is the story. On the 16th of November 1980, in Temora, New South Wales, a car driven by a young woman with 3 other passengers ran off the road and collided with a heavy steel telegraph pole and on impact burst into flames. Mrs. Dulcie Calms was awakened by a noise like a large explosion. She saw a motor vehicle against a steel pole on the other side of the main road. She also noticed that flames were coming from the front of the vehicle. She instructed her daughter to ring for the ambulance and police and then ran the 150 meters to the scene of the accident. On arriving, Mrs. Calm saw a girl lying in the grass beside the offside rear door and a young man standing beside the vehicle. She grabbed the girl and dragged her away from the burning vehicle. She then went to the near side front door where she saw through the window a young man who appeared to be seated in the passenger seat but was slumped across another girl who appeared to be wedged under the steering wheel. Both these people seemed lifeless. The offside door could not be opened, so she leant through the open window and grabbed the man and commenced to pull him towards the opening. He then seemed to rouse, and with his assistance, he was removed from the vehicle. After he fell to the ground, she pulled him through the fence and induced him to crawl to safety. By this time, the front of the car was well alight, and Mrs. Calms again leant through the window and attempted to pull the injured girl out. Mrs. Calms struggled to release the seatbelt. By this time, the flames were beginning to burn around the legs of the girl. The girl began screaming and moving as she was released from the belt and dragged to safety through the open window. Mrs. Calms returned and dragged the first girl also to the safety from the car. Soon after, the petrol tank exploded and the whole vehicle was engulfed in flames. Mrs. Calms suffered a slight burn to her left arm, and the young people recovered after 2 months in hospital. Dulcie Calms was awarded the 1981 Royal Humane Society Stanhope Gold Medal. She was also awarded the Silver Medal of the Royal Humane Society of New South Wales. I hope you are as humbled as I am by this heroic saving of life. The Society is a registered charity and heavily dependent on donations. You can join either as a friend for £25 per annum or for £100 per annum become a governor, which means you receive the annual report and can come to the AGM and meet trustees and brave awardees. Or, if you prefer, just make a donation via the website, all of which will help the Royal Humane Society in its 250th year to continue to recognise bravery and the saving of life. Thank you for allowing me to share Dulcie Calm's story with you, and thank you for your support.